Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Uncle Frank and I am not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Okay guys, US stocks slid on Thursday as the post-election rally stalled further and investors assessed remarks from Fed Reserve Chair Jay Powell, who said in a speech that the central bank does not need to be, quote, in a hurry to lower interest rates. What did you expect him to say? I can't cut again in December because inflation is up again? Markets took a noticeable step lower after Powell's comments. S&P 500 lost 36, the Dow 207, NASDAQ shed 123, crude oil still under 70 at 68.60, and gold is down to 2571.50. In my previous two videos, I warned about this problem and pointed out that Jay Powell has been dropping hints. The Fed's path just got murkier. Inflation readings out this week have shown little progress towards the Fed's 2% inflation target. Investors are recalibrating their rate cut bets. Economists are arguing that the Fed will likely cut interest rates by less than they initially thought. Consumer prices held steady but sticky in October. The outlook for inflation is uncertain as economists warn of potential pressures from Trump policies. What's next for the Fed? The PPI came in hotter than expected, rising 2.4% year over year compared to the 2.3% estimated. From Barron's earlier Thursday, stock markets are in denial over inflation, why investors face a shock ahead. The VIX got as low as 1359 today, and as soon as Jay Powell made his remark, it shot up to 1432, closing out at 1431, up 29 cents or 2.07%. Now you guys know why I put his speaking engagements on my calendar. Here's two headlines from Wednesday I don't want you to miss. Crypto markets explode to over $3 trillion following Trump presidential victory. An ancient Bitcoin wallet comes alive after lying low for over 13 years, moves 3.6 million in BTC at a 646,000% profit. 18 states in the U.S. are officially fed up with the SEC, and they're aiming their frustration right at SEC Chair Gary Gensler. These states, led by Republican attorneys general, just hit the SEC with a lawsuit accusing Gensler and his team of gross government overreach that's strangling the crypto industry. They claim Gensler's SEC is bullying crypto businesses, leaving a massive question mark over whether he's enforcing the law or just acting like a regulator on a warpath. The lawsuit points out that Gensler's regulation by enforcement approach steps all over states' rights to oversee their economies. These attorneys say Gensler's crackdown is so intense, it's taken the SEC's original mandate and twisted it into something far more aggressive. They argue that his hardline stance against crypto is more about control than protecting investors or upholding the law. This lawsuit aims to pull the reins on Gensler's attempts to regulate the industry through lawsuits and threats instead of clear, established rules. For the crypto industry, Gensler is public enemy number one. Since taking over the SEC, he's led countless enforcement actions against big crypto players, claiming they operate in legal gray zones. This comes as expectations of a resignation from Gensler continues to grow, especially with his recent statement and Trump's election win. So long, pencil neck, your days are numbered. The Gensler era is finally coming to an end. Well, by now you may have heard the coward snowflakes at Robinhood finally have added Solana, Pepe, Cardano, and XRP to the list of cryptocurrencies available to trade on its shitty platform. The move comes 1 week after crypto-friendly Donald Trump's win in the presidential election and the promises of a more welcoming regulatory environment. Hashtag XRP. The chess pieces are moving, people. Pay attention. The court has issued an order favoring Ripple Labs and CEO Brad Garlinghouse following a joint request from both parties to move forward with a final judgment. The court has scheduled January 21st as the trial date, eliminating the associated pretrial dates, and new dates will be established following the resolution of any appeals. Recent discussions about the potential conclusion or dismissal of the XRP lawsuit have gained attention, partly fueled by former President Trump's commitment to providing clear regulations for crypto. Trump has made his intentions clear about the dismissal of SEC Chair Gensler. This sentiment is echoed by Chris Iacovella, president of the American Securities Association, who has called for Gensler's resignation. Legal experts and Ripple CTO David Schwartz suggest that the lawsuit may ultimately be dismissed. Attorney Fred Rispoli noted that while the SEC case against Ripple could be withdrawn at any moment, he considers the likelihood of a complete withdrawal of the XRP lawsuit to be unrealistic, though a settlement seems feasible. Meanwhile, XRP raced to nearly 85 cents and at the time of this recording Thursday night sits at 0.8152, up over 47.83% over the past 7 days. Needless to say, Uncle Frank is optimistic, not investment advice or advisor. More Ripple news. Pro XRP lawyer says $125 million should go to XRP holders, not the SEC. Pro XRP lawyer John Deaton, an attorney representing XRP holders, added his perspective, arguing that if anyone should receive the funds, it should be the individual retail holders who were impacted by the SEC's actions. He criticized the SEC's approach, questioning why they filed the case to protect investors when, in his view, the real victims were those who suffered from the regulatory overreach, like Uncle Frank. From the 13th, Cathie Wood cashes out of Rocket Lab's 28% surge in $9 million share sale, but expands bet on flying cars. She bought some Amazon, she bought more Archer, and then she bought some Joby. And guess what? On Thursday, she bought more. ARK continued to purchase shares of eVTOL companies like Archer Aviation and Joby Aviation on Thursday. The firm picked up 409,000 shares of Archer and 303,000 shares of Joby. Okay, so there's the hourly chart that shows you the price action from Thursday to Thursday, including after-hours sessions. We started at a low of 317, rallied as high as 486, and today closed at 429, up a penny or 0.23%. Now, when you look at the daily chart, you can see the problem for the short sellers and the market makers. Max Pain is at 3 flat for the November 15th expiration. That's the white line towards the bottom of the chart, and they've got 19,247 calls in the money, so they need to manipulate this stock lower by the close tomorrow, or they will have to live up to their obligations, and they're not used to doing that lately. Holding 4.25 will be critical tomorrow, and then 420 after that. Now, the prime brokers and Equilend have been making millions of shares available to lend out to the shorts to sell on the open market. Today was no different, and at the time of this recording, I see 800,000 shares available, but I also see a little spike in the cost to borrow fee from 2.85 to 3.74%. Tomorrow is payday, and if they try to push Archer down on options expiration day, I hope retail gives them hell at 401. So what's the next big catalyst we might expect from Archer? Well, one thing they might release is the completion of the new plant in Covington, Georgia, on schedule and on budget. The other item I'm hoping will drop soon is completing another step in the FAA process that will culminate with our commercial launch. Archer is nearing completion of Phase 3 of the FAA's type certification process, which is the process that determines if an aircraft meets the FAA's design and safety standards. Archer plans to use conventional aircraft to refine its systems and procedures while it waits for type certification. Archer plans to build piloted aircraft for testing and early commercial deployment in 2025. Every time the price of Archer drops, I'm adding to my common stock position and options positions, including leaps out as far as January of 2026. Not investment advice or advisor. Sometimes I wish we could get some of these Korean regulators to oversee our capital markets. Barclays, Citi, alleged guilty of illegal short selling in FSS probe. The Financial Supervisory Service uncovered additional cases of naked short selling by two global investment banks, which have reportedly been identified as Barclays and Citi amid the ongoing crackdown on the illegal trading practice in Korea. I would only add, Citi is a notorious short seller of AMC. Our chief investment banker continually maintains a sell recommendation on our stock and was the author of The Ape, you remember, the Pounce, and of course the reverse split we never needed to perform. And AMC Entertainment is making news in my hometown of Chicago. AMC taking over former Showplace Icon Movie Theater in South Loop. The theater will reopen in early 2025 and later will add a bar and full concessions menu. And can anyone stop GameStop? Vanguard Group increases GameStop position, surpassing CEO Ryan Cohen's stake. The asset management giant has grown its stake in video game retailer and original meme stock. There's the daily chart on GME. The markets may be red, but not GameStop. Is that 6 green daily candles in a row? Jimmy finished at $27.37, up 91 cents, or 3.44%, and then added another 8 cents after the bell. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.